Hey, what's good, all my trader homies? It's your boy Kevin from Touchdown Trades, your trading BFF, your stock market bestie. What in the world is going on with these EV stocks? More specifically, why has Hyliion Stock, SHLL, been up, down, all around, all over the map? It's been a roller coaster ride for Hyliion over the last few weeks. It's been a minute since we talked about Hyliion Stock, and it's my second biggest holding in my portfolio. So this one's near and dear to my heart. So we're gonna be doing some in-depth analysis on Hyliion, talking about some news, some updates, and we'll break down the chart with some technical analysis. We'll be talking about what we should expect as Hyliion investors once the merger goes through. So some post-merger price prediction will be talked about in today's video, as well as some news about Hyliion CEO. If you're new to the channel, my name is Kevin. This is Touchdown Trades. This is a one-stop shop for stock market investing and active trading. We post videos every single day, talk about the hottest stocks in the market, have a couple swing trading videos every single week where I talk about my favorite stocks that I'm looking to invest in and trade at that moment. So if you're into that type of thing, consider subscribing down below. All right, let's talk about the big green monster, Hyliion Stock, one of my biggest holdings. So as always, let's secure that bag by making smart investments and sound trades. Let's get it. All right, all my trader and investor homies, let's talk some Hyliion stock. Still currently trading under the ticker symbol SHLL towards acquisition, but we all know the vote is coming on September 28th. We'll talk about that a little more in depth later on in the video. To start things off, let's talk about the price action and how crazy the price action has been over the last couple of weeks. But before we get started, do me a favor, go ahead and hit the like button for me. It helps me out tremendously as I put a ton of time and research in these videos. I love making them. I do it every day. It's what I love doing. I love the stock market, and I love providing my trading and investing homies with valuable information. Also, if you're not yet a subscriber and you're new to the channel, this is Touchdown Trades. We talk about the hottest stocks in the market every single day. We break them down, analyze them, and discuss their investment value. All right, let's quit wasting time and jump right into this Hyliion and break it down, analyze it, some news, some updates, and some merger talk. This price action has been crazy. We can see that we broke through that $40 level that I said was so important the last time we talked, and we kind of just rocketed up to $60 a share right after that. That move doesn't look very impressive, but that is a gigantic $20 move right there. And then as it just consolidated, it looked like it wanted to leg up one more time and maybe even test $70 or $80, but we had Tesla battery day. Tesla kind of came out with a dud, even though I personally think that the fact that Tesla is going to be producing their own battery cells is huge and is going to send Tesla to the moon, but that's a different video, a different time, a different talk. The fact that Tesla, being the leader of the EV sector, started to pull back, it kind of created some panic in the overall sector, and it brought Hyliion down, it brought Workhorse down with it, it brought pretty much every EV stock down with it. Also, we had some overall market selling. The S&P 500, the SPY started to sell off. The NASDAQ, the Triple Q started to sell off. Being a big blue chip company, it's obviously going to follow the direction of the market traditionally, so we had some selling come in. There is an EV wave going on with retail investors flocking to this sector. This is not normal to have a move like we saw the other day when we opened up, even pre-market. We sold off from like the $45 area to $30 a share almost. That is not normal. That is retail investors who bought at the highs. They tried to chase, they tried to buy the breakouts at the highs. That is them panicking out of their position. They're wetting their bed and they're running for the hills and selling out at the lows. That's why we preach on this channel. Buy pullbacks, sell into strength. Buy the dip, sell the rip. You never chase. It doesn't matter how convicted you are in a company. I love Hyliion. I think it's going to be a $200 per share company one day. But that doesn't mean I'm going to go buy it when it's trading at these all-time highs. Wait for a pullback, and then you can get into these companies that you really like, you really want to invest in, you see long-term value in, and you can get them at a discount. This is just a prime example of why you don't chase. I'll talk about what I'm planning to do with my position that I'm currently holding in this Hyliion, but first let's talk about some news, some updates, and some merger talk. This doesn't really matter, but I saw this article and I thought it's pretty cool. So once Hyliion merges with Tortoise and the ticker symbols changes, the CEO of Hyliion, Thomas Haley, my buddy Thomas Haley right here, we're BFFs too, me and Thomas. I know you guys are my investing BFFs, but Thomas is my EV BFF. Thomas is about to become America's youngest self-made billionaire. That is huge news for EV. That is huge news for Hyliion. It's not going to really influence the share price at all, but I think it's pretty cool that a company that I'm invested in, that I love, and I see massive value in, the CEO is about to become the youngest billionaire with a B in America. Sure, there's probably younger trust fund billionaires out there who got daddy's money. They haven't lifted a finger. They never had to lace their work boots up. They never had to put those Timbs on at 5 a.m., clock in, punch the card, and do a hard days of work. They're just trust fund babies. Thomas is the youngest real billionaire in the United States. He's put in the work, and now he's about to reap the reward. All right, one thing that's going to be very, very important post-merger is the share structure and something called dilution. Dilution is where a stock has a big seller come in, sell a bunch of shares, and then no matter how much buying starts to come into the stock, there's just too much selling, which drives the stock price down. And that's something that I am cautious of, I am wary of. Thomas Healy owns 23% of the company. He owns 23% of the shares. He's not going to sell those shares right off the jump. There's no doubt about it. I don't think he's going to sell his shares. So we can cross him off the potential cause of dilution. 9% of the post-merger company will be owned by Tortoise Acquisition. They are going to dump their shares as soon as possible. The only reason a SPAC is in this game is to make money off of a merger. So those 9% of the shares are going to be sold on the open market as soon as Tortoise is available to dump those shares. They're going to sell them and bank that profit off the jump. Sometimes there's a lockup on shares that's like 3 or 4 months. I'm not sure if Tortoise is going to be held accountable with a lockup or not, but we shall see. So we're going to have to worry about those 9% of shares being a cause for dilution. 13% of the company is owned by the public's founder. He is probably, I would guess, at least going to sell some of that position once he's able to. So that's another person we need to worry about. After the merger, there's going to be 141 million shares outstanding, giving us a market cap of around $7 billion. So do we need to be worried about a post-merger crash due to Tortoise selling their shares and other big-time shareholders dumping once they're able to? I think there is some cause for concern. I'm not going to panic out of my position, as I think 2 years from now, Hyliion's trading above $100 a share. I'm a big believer in this company being able to bridge these big trucking fleets to Total Electric by selling them on the idea that they don't have to go to Total Electric right away, and they can use this hybrid powertrain solution to kind of ease them into this EV wave that we're experiencing. So there is some cause for concern, but I don't think it's something that really matters in the long run, as Hyliion will overcome and be 3-4x what it's at today in share price. If you are a Hyliion SHLL shareholder yesterday, have been, and you still own the stock, you can personally vote and determine whether the merger goes through. Your vote is important. Call this number right here to place your vote before September 28th, and you can vote on the merger going through. If this merger doesn't go through, there is a risk that not a risk, it probably will happen, that this SHLL, Tortoise Acquisition, goes back back to where it came from. So we really do need this merger to go through, and us Hyliion shareholders, we need to be responsible and turn our votes in and get it done. So check out this number, call it, or you can check out Hyliion's Twitter feed and find out how to vote or where to vote. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day who owns a trucking logistics company. What he does is he connects truckers and fleets to deliveries. So basically he's the middleman for like grocery stores or other big companies who need their product shipped across the country via trucking. And I told him, I was like, what do you think about these truckers and these big trucking fleets switching to EV trucks? And he said, Kevin, I know it's the future, but these fleets, they're just not ready yet. And I said, okay, so that crosses Tesla out right now, at least. It crosses Nikola out, as I'm sure some fleets will switch to total electric right off the jump. So I said to him, what do you think about a hybrid powertrain? So you still have the fallback of a fossil fuel, but it runs on hybrid battery power as well. And he said these truckers would be so much more willing to try out a truck that has the fallback of a fossil fuel, but also has the EV capability as well. That is why I am a huge believer in this Hyliion. Even though it's gone up substantially, I think they're going to be able to use this as a bridge to get to total electric. So I've drawn a little diagram here. I'm a pretty good artist, I know. So we have the trucker, we have a bridge, and we have Hyliion as the bridge, and then we have total electric. So the trucker needs to eventually get to total electric, but he doesn't want to cross the bridge. But Hyliion says, hey, try my hybrid powertrain solution and see how it goes. He tries the hybrid powertrain solution. He falls in love with it. 2 years later, he's looking for a new total electric truck, and Hyliion has came to market with a total electric truck by that point, and they already have a customer base. They already have a customer-consumer relationship with Hyliion, so the fleet buys the total electric vehicles, the total electric trucks from Hyliion. That is my belief in this company, and that's why I love Hyliion. All right, no more art projects. I swear I won't put you guys through that again. So let's talk about where this stock is going post-merger. First, let's talk about worst case scenario. If the merger doesn't go through, I think it's about less than a 1% chance that the merger does not go through. But if it doesn't go through, Hyliion's going back to where it came from, $9.50 a share. I shouldn't call it Hyliion because if the merger doesn't go through, it's still Tortoise acquisition. But if the merger does go through, as I believe it will, about a 99% chance I believe that it will, I think we could be looking at a short-term pullback due to dilution. But if that happens, I would love to buy at a discounted price and to add to my already existing position. I started my position way back here on this pullback. I have like a $25 average price. I sold a third of my position up here near $50 a share. I was up huge on the position. I was up like $15,000 on the position. So I sold a third of that position, and I'm still holding 75%. I almost added down here at like $35, and I wish I had, but I wasn't at my computer and I missed that pullback. So if we get another pullback to this very significant level of support we have at the $35 area, I would love to add again, as I have a ton of faith in this company. In a couple years, I see us trading over $100 a share. Within the next 2 years, within 3 or 4 years, I think this could be a $20 billion company. As I'm going to say it again, I'll preach it till the cows come home. That's what Mama used to say, till the cows come home. I'm going to preach it. The bridge that they're going to be able to use to get to total electric is the hybrid powertrain. They're going to be able to build a customer base because these customers, these trucking fleets, they're going to be skeptical on total electric. I know you guys are sick of me saying it, but it's a fact. All right. I appreciate every one of you guys. I love you guys so much. The channel's growing faster than I ever could have anticipated. If you're not yet a subscriber, consider subscribing down below, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Until next time, peace.
Drop.